Sony keeps on threatening us that Bungie is eventually going to launch Marathon, and it's definitely going to be coming out in the spring, guys. Don't worry about it. It was already supposed to be out. It ended up getting indefinitely delayed, and, we don't necessarily know when it's coming out, but it's definitely going to be coming out in March, okay? Trust us. It will be out in the spring, and you'll be able to play the game that stole art assets, that just had such uninspiring beta tests that they decided to just run it all the way back, even though they've been working on this project for over a decade. It is in fact the franchise, or at least the namesake, that Bungie built their reputation on all the way back before, well, actually anybody that's still working at the company would even remember. So, okay, cool. I understand why they're having such a difficult time with this. But yes, cast your minds back a little bit to the beginning of November when we first got this information. Okay, so the confirmation came during the company's quarterly earnings call, talking about Sony here, where Sony's CFO, Lin Tao, said that Bungie's Marathon was still in active development, and the company was fully dedicated to launching the game in the current fiscal year. Sony's fiscal year ends March of 2026, suggesting that Marathon will likely launch sometime in February to March. And yeah, now because the pressure is off in regards to getting games out before GTA 6 launches in May, now they just have to go ahead and launch before November, which if Marathon launches before the end of the fiscal year, that's totally fine, because it'll probably be shut down even before the November release date right now for GTA 6. Marathon, yes, has had an uphill battle since it was first announced earlier this year. The game struggling to captivate players in the studio, facing a slew of plagiarism allegations. Well, they're not exactly allegations because, well, they were confirmed and they even copped them. Yes, which Bungie later admitted to. The issues facing the game led to the delay of an undisclosed length, which I would imagine, right, because we talked about this, God, when was that? And I can't even remember the context, but, it was Ubisoft earlier this week. Ubisoft with the Black Flag remake that has been long rumored and long in development. We're probably going to be getting something of a time frame on that, with the Game Awards coming up on December 11th, and yeah, we're probably going to hear something about Marathon, because Sony does have quite a tight relationship with Jeff Keighley. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we got a quote-unquote firm release date for this, or maybe just a confirmation on a release window, or perhaps another beta test that's probably just going to shadow drop on the 12th or something like that. But anyways, the question posited by Insider Gaming, but is Marathon good now? Well, what do you mean by good? Okay, however, as recently as the game's latest playtest at the end of October, which were apparently under NDA, Bungie has apparently been able to turn things around with this game. Oh, really? According to those who played the latest version of the game, it's apparently in a much better state now, with players looking forward to its release in the upcoming months. Okay, the game is said to be a significant improvement since the playtest in the summer. Yes, so the game still had some minor issues, which were said to be easily fixed. Whether Marathon will be a success on launch remains to be seen, but with GTA 6, yes, slipping to November, and I don't know, by that point in time, things like Arc Raiders, even though it's absolutely dominating right now, maybe there's some people that are wanting to try something similar, but something a little different, so perhaps there can be a little niche that Marathon can slide into, but yeah, I kind of doubt it, because this is still a modern Bungie that's working on this project, and, well, you take a look at what else they've been doing, and, well, Sony says that Destiny 2 sales and user engagement have not reached what they expected when it bought Bungie. Oh, so the thing that probably drove a lot of the decision-making in regards to Sony acquiring Bungie, yeah, underperformed. And a game that has been delayed and delayed and delayed in Marathon, you think that that's going to be what's going to pull you out? Okay, downwardly revising projections as it records a $204 million impairment loss on Bungie assets. Oh, fuck. That's really not good, hey? But hey, good news, everyone, because earlier this week, a new Marathon community playtest is announced. It's still no release date, though. Okay, so yeah, it's coming. Oh, don't worry, guys. It's definitely coming, but we need to figure out if it's actually going to be something that people want to play. And at this point in time, I mean, kind of word of mouth around this, because whenever anybody is asked about this game, they go, what the fuck is that? Oh, Bungie. Yeah, when's the new Halo game coming out? And if they know anything about this game, they just roll their eyes and go, yeah, no, I'm not playing this shit, because it is still, at this point in time, as far as I know, still saddled with the Concord release model. So yeah, that's going to be a hurdle to get over as well. And to be fair, right, like Arc Raiders is not quite a full price, but it is a game that you have to buy up front. But because it's an excellent game, people aren't really having a problem with that monetization structure, hey? But no. That's obviously what killed Concord last year, and that's obviously what's going to be a giant hurdle for Bungie to overcome in regards to Marathon, trust us. But October's, yes, Marathon closed technical test is done. Bungie has inevitably learned valuable data about the extraction shooter, with Insider Gaming, yes, reported that Sony has confirmed Marathon will launch in, yes, March of 2026. But the playtest is scheduled for December. Okay, the official Marathon website is now advertising and recruiting for Marathon December community playtest, taking place in December. Again, just vague release dates, which I would imagine are probably going to get ironed out at the Game Awards. It's the biggest platform. It's the last-ditch effort this year for different studios to get the word out about their game. So yeah, this is what I'm thinking. You can try out the latest extraction shooter build for yourself. It's playable across PS5, Xbox, Steam, and Marathon December community playtest will run from, December 12th to the 15th. I didn't actually even know that. From 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. each day, so a 6-hour slot in the middle of the day. Kind of a strange way to do things, but okay. Well, I guess that's over the weekend, so that's a little bit more acceptable. So yeah, so running from Friday to Sunday, but why not just let the servers run over the weekend, collect your data, and then do with it what you will after the playtest, whatever. Like before the playtest is under a strict NDA. Oh, okay, cool. So outside of leaks, we're not even going to know if this is going to be successful or worthwhile. Which, I mean, if you're still NDAing your playtests, it's I don't think it's a good sign. It really isn't, because we also got this other story from a little while back, and now I'm just tying up some threads here, because you have former PlayStation boss Shueisha Yoshida canceled so many games, including a new IP from God of War developer Santa Monica Studios. Now, these days, a $25 million cancellation is nothing special. So yeah, he was talking about axing games, which, okay, we'll go into his methodology behind this, because Santa Monica Studios, guys behind God of War, they're kind of known for making fairly high-quality games, in case you haven't heard. But if they're out there making a game that isn't going to be up to snuff, yeah, you might as well just simply cut your losses instead of retooling, sinking more money, sinking more resources into something that is clearly not working. Nudge, nudge, hint, hint. In an interview earlier this year, former PlayStation boss Shueisha Yoshida revealed that he's overseen the cancellation of 2 separate games that were $25 million deep into development. Now, he revealed the exact nature of the pair of games. One, it seems, was a long-rumored sci-fi project from the God of War developers, which could have been interesting. Okay. Now, one was actually an internal game developed by Santa Monica Studios, Yoshida said in the most recent episode of Simon Parkin's My Perfect Console podcast. Now, not a God of War game, a new IP. It was a really amazing concept and really interesting gameplay ideas. Of course, Santa Monica Studios people are very, very capable of creating high-quality art. Man, a guy in charge of gaming who actually loves gaming, and he's retired now. God damn it. Of course, we supported them many years, but after $25 million, they came to me and said that we have to stop. Okay, I do not exactly remember the reason for it. The team was not able to find the game. It was a great concept, great idea, but the gameplay just really didn't come to be. Sound fucking familiar? Yoshida served as president, yes, of Sony Interactive Entertainment Worldwide Studios from 2008 through 2019. It's not clear exactly when this new IP was in development, while Santa Monica Studios does some support work on other titles. I mean, yes, developers exclusively worked on God of War games since 2005. Yes, exactly. So this is one of those things, man, when the old regime used to just walk in and say, hey, we love your game, we love the concept, is the gameplay coming along? And then honest people working at the studios just went, fuck no, and they're like, all right, we'll just go ahead and shit can that. You go back to what made you famous to begin with, and now you have a studio that is obviously struggling with the only other thing that they're doing, and they're making something fairly close to what is supposedly their bread and butter, and they cannot make it work over a decade. Guys, Marathon, we already knew was dead in the water, and at this point in time, you're just simply pouring very potent, a very expensive kerosene, gasoline, fucking goldoline on the fire, and this bitch is gonna burn bright, it's gonna burn hot, it's gonna burn fast, because whenever a Marathon does release, and if it does release in the spring, it is gonna be gone by the summer and dead and buried by the time GTA 6 rolls around. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.